Our top story today from the GatewayPundit.com revealed Chief Justice John Roberts was caught in an elitist club of judges and lawyers that includes James Boasberg, Beryl, Howell, Amit, Mehta, and Ketanji Brown-Jackson. We're covering these stories and so much more here on the Gateway Pundit's Weekend Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Gateway Pundit's Weekend Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours. Our top story today begins where we're talking about a secret club. Turns out that Chief Justice John Roberts was caught in an elitist club of judges and lawyers that included James Boasberg, Beryl, Howell, Amit, Mehta, and Ketanji Brown-Jackson. Jim Hoff reports. Investigative journalist Bad Kitty unleashed a report on Thursday that Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts is involved in an invite-only club for elite judges in Washington, D.C. The elitist club, America Inns of Court, also includes the radical America-hating judges James Boasberg, Beryl Howell, Ketanji Brown-Jackson, and Amit Mehta. They were all hard-left judges and Trump haters. Now, John Roberts has been Chief Justice of the Supreme Court since September of 2025. You can see the officers listed here directly. This brings up the question about what kind of secret societies our judges and trusted appointed leaders are a part of. Are they serving us as the people, or are they serving a uniparty? I think you all know the answer to that. I think we'll have to continue to ask ourselves the very hard question, is it worth it to continue to question our own sanity while we watch our leaders go behind our backs time and time again? Now, that being said, before we dive in, we've teamed up with Gundry MD to uncover a pantry staple that many people think is just for cooking, but it's actually so much more. It's olive oil, and it's one of the healthiest foods on earth. Dr. Stephen Gundry, a leading cardiothoracic surgeon and nutrition guru, advocates for olive oil, not just for your kitchen, but for your beauty and health regimen too. Now, he suggests using high-quality olive oil every single day. Now, whether it comes down to taking a shot or even keeping it in your medicine cabinet, but here's the twist. Not all olive oils are equal. With so many brands out there, how do you know which one truly benefits your health? Dr. Gundry has searched this extensively, and his findings have gone viral. He's here to guide you through the maze of olive oil choices. Watch his eye-opening video now at getolive1.com/pundit. That's GETOLIVE, the number 1.com/PUNDIT. The link's on the screen right there and in the description. Let's getolive, the number 1.com/pundit. See how the right olive oil can transform your health and beauty routine. Don't miss out on this life-changing information. Now back to the story. It turns out that the Supreme Court Chief Justice is holding meetings with far-left district judges who are running a judicial coup on the current president of the United States. Just think, 2 days ago, on Tuesday, Chief Justice Roberts released a statement attacking President Donald Trump for, quote, calling on these same crooked district judges to be impeached. How dare he? How dare the president of the United States try to run the country and do what he was elected to do? How dare somebody leading the free world actually follows through on a mandate to complete the tasks that the people voted him in to accomplish? I'll be damned. Well, now we have evidence that John Roberts was in an elitist group with these same judges. Here's what Roberts said to U.S. president who was under siege by the judicial branch. For more than 2 centuries, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision. The normal appellate review process exists for that purpose. Now, it comes down to asking you, do you think that it's weird that these guys are sort of all in bed together? I'd love to hear your comments down below. That being said, it turns out that a DOGE staffer breaks silence on IRS disaster, 30 years behind schedule and $15 billion over budget. Sam Korkos, a DOGE deputy and special advisor to the U.S. Treasury Department, sat down with Fox News' Laura Ingraham on Thursday and unloaded a jaw-dropping expose on the IRS and Treasury. Korkos, the co-founder and CEO of Levels, a health tech company that uses real-time biological data to help people make smarter food choices, was brought in to assess the IRS's so-called modernization effort. What did he find? Well, an unaccountable leviathan hemorrhaging your tax dollars. Are you shocked? I know I'm not. Well, a huge part of our government is collecting taxes, and we know that. We cannot perform the basic functions of tax collection without paying a toll to all of these contractors. We really have to figure out how to get out of this hole. We're in a really deep hole right now, DOGE Representative Sam Korkos said. Now, Korkos told Ingraham that one of his top priorities during his 6-month tenure is to, quote, review the IRS modernization program along with other operational and budgetary matters. Korkos revealed that the IRS so-called modernization project is not only 30 years behind schedule, but also a jaw-dropping $15 billion over budget. Now, I have the full interview for you. You're going to watch it here in just a moment. But as we talk about this budgetary concern, it is rather remarkable that once again, these people that were told that they would protect us, that they would serve us, are once again looking out for only their best interests. Listen to what he had to say on Laura Ingraham. Watch.
It's hard to really grasp the scale of this because we process at the IRS about the same amount of data as a mid-sized bank. And a typical mid-sized bank will have somewhere between 1 and 200 people in IT, and they'll have an operations and maintenance budget in like the $20 million a year range. We have 8,000 people in IT, and our operations and maintenance budget is $3.5 billion a year. I don't really know why yet, but I will tell you that 80% of that budget goes to contractors and licenses. We cannot perform the basic functions of tax collection without paying a toll to all these contractors. We really have to figure out how to get out of this hole. We're in a really deep hole right now. How do we turn this around? We have a $3.5 billion operations and maintenance budget. We have a $3.7 billion modernization effort within IT. That's a lot of budget, and we are way beyond any reasonable cost for what you would expect at a private company for this.
Wow. Okay, so the IRS is over budget. Who's there to audit them? I mean, they remember every single dollar that you spent or didn't spend, and they want to take every single penny from your wallet. And our wallets are getting smaller and smaller by the day. In fact, some of us are down to just a little coin purse. Feels like our dollars don't go as far as they used to. And the economy is, sagging worse than, well, I don't want to talk about Michelle Obama. That's inappropriate. That being said, let's talk about our next story. Judge Boasberg accuses DOJ of evading its obligations, makes new insane demands in Alien Enemies Act case. Trump responds. Christina Lila reports. James Boasberg, an Obama appointee, accused the DOJ of evading its obligations and made new demand from the Trump administration in the Alien Enemies Act case on Thursday. On Wednesday, Boasberg granted a 24-hour stay in the Enemies Alien Act case, but he made sure to blast the Trump administration in his latest court order. Now, President Trump's DOJ earlier Tuesday accused Judge Boasberg of being engaged in, quote, picayune dispute over micromanagement of immaterial fact-finding for asking whether the government defied his previous order related to ordering planes en route to Central America, deporting dangerous Venezuelan aliens to turn around. Now, the Justice Department on Tuesday once again refused to give Judge James Boasberg sensitive information in a case against Trump's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act. The following morning, on Wednesday, the DOJ slammed Judge Boasberg's latest order as an egregious overreach into the powers of the executive branch. Boasberg later Wednesday granted a 24-hour stay. He blasted the Trump administration in his order. Now, the judge challenged the government's argument related to disclosing state secrets and said that it has to make a formal claim of privilege lodged by the head of the department. Judge Boasberg said disclosing sensitive information will put state secrets in danger because the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has publicly spoken about the deportation flights. Defendants shall have until March 20th of 2025 at 12 p.m. to provide the information discussed in the minute order of March 18th, 2025, or to invoke the state secrets doctrine and explain the basis for such an invocation, the judge wrote on Wednesday. Now, the Thursday noon deadline passed, and Judge Boasberg once again lashed out at the DOJ's response as woefully insufficient. In an ex parte pleading delivered shortly after today's deadline, the government again evaded its obligations. It submitted a 6-paragraph declaration from the acting field office director for enforcement and removal operations at U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Harlingen, Texas field office, the contents of which the government has informed the court may be disclosed. After 4 paragraphs of identifying information, he repeated that the same general information about the flights, the judge said. Now, Boasberg then made new insane demands and ordered the Trump administration to disclose more information about the deportation flights. Do you believe that this is not judicial overreach? In fact, I'm wondering if the executive branch should be defying the courts. In a rather amalgamation of opposition to Trump's administration, we're once again in a bit of a pickle where we don't have Black Lives Matter terrorists in the streets. But what do we do have? We do have pro-Hamas terrorists running around chanting to kill the Jews and on our college campuses. At the same time, we have judges defying Trump. I mean, there's some crazy stuff going on in this world. And I don't know if I'm, really thinking this is organic or once again, maybe this is just some sort of way to cause mayhem and stop Trump from getting anything accomplished. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen anything by Chuck Norris. He kicks ass. And sorry for my language, but he's just an American patriot. It turned out I saw a video from him recently. He was more limber than I am. I'm only 31. He had more energy than me too. And guess what? He's over 80. And it turns out that he changed one thing in his life. He made this one simple change. And the fact of the matter is it gave him energy to make him feel half his age. And that's not just for men. This simple change that you can make in your life also works for women too. His wife is about his same age and says she now feels like she's in her 50s and has energy to hang out with her grandkids. Who doesn't want more time with their grandkids? Who doesn't want that energy? You know the fatigue that you feel? It's time to stop feeling fatigued. Find out how you can change one thing in your life, get your energy back at chuckdefense.com/pundit. That's CHUCKDEFENSE.com/PUNDIT. That's chuckdefense.com/pundit. Links on the screen and in the description. You can watch the video there and find out how you can change this one thing in your life, whether you're a man or a woman, young or old, to feel younger than you are today. Get your youth and vitality back at chuckdefense.com/pundit. The link's on the screen and in the description. Now, that being said, an Obama judge says that DOGE worker cannot serve in leadership position at USAID. As previously reported, DOGE official Jeremy Lewin took a senior leadership position at USAID as a radical judge ruled Elon Musk and DOGE likely violated the U.S. Constitution when it shut down the agency. On Tuesday, Theodore Chuang, an Obama appointee, ordered Elon Musk and DOGE to reinstate all of USAID's functionality. The lawsuit, which brought by current and former USAID workers, Judge Chuang said DOGE's decision to shut down USAID violated the Constitution's appointment clause and the separation of powers. The plaintiffs argued that Elon Musk is operating with unchecked power since he is not Senate confirmed, and that since Elon Musk is not Senate confirmed, he should be barred from issuing orders to anyone inside of the executive branch. Now, that being said, our last decision for today is a masked maniac terrorizes liberal woman for driving Tesla in Seattle. You can find more of the story there at thegatewaypundit.com. If you like these reports and you want to stay up to our news, sign up today at thegatewaypundit.com for our mug club. Have a great rest of the week, as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.